I enjoy it. Different things to do. You know, you have to just look on the lines. Oh, yes, I'm gonna do that.
I know Echo Park since back in the day. We enjoy walking around the lake and feeding the ducks. Everyone smiles at you, whether they know you or not. If you say hello, they say hello back. It's just a very welcoming area. You know, it's nice.
There's just like a lot of private businesses around here. There's a lot of like coffee shops and stuff. So it's just nice to be able to go somewhere where there's like resources, you know.
People are really cool, and there's a lot of great amenities and businesses, and it's just really beautiful. Yeah.
It's great. I mean, I think I grew up here. It's a really diverse community. It's changed a lot over the last few years, but I enjoy it, and I think it's important to do what you can to support your community.
It's very convenient. It's nice, which is nice for me because I don't drive, so for me to get around everywhere, there's, buses go most everywhere. Library is definitely probably my favorite part of the neighborhood, though.
I come to the library always just to kind of check in, and not so much emails, but just to kind of get news briefs and topics of interest to me. And it's like an ongoing research. So whatever comes to mind, whatever the Cosmos say is interesting, I kind of just drift to wherever there's knowledge. This particular library, I've only been coming to for a couple of months, but it seems to serve the community well, and if I guess if go back in time, there probably wasn't much research in accessibility, and so it serves a good need, I would imagine. Just trying to stay in light.
Today I'm at the library volunteering at the Sources event, which is a wonderful event that LA Public Libraries do where they bring in homeless service providers and things that homeless folks may need. Like today we have haircuts, which is seriously cool. So I'm here as a volunteer with that today from an organization that I'm a member of called SELA, so like Echo Park, Los Feliz, Atwater, East Hollywood Neighborhood Homeless Coalition.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a haircut, and that's one of the services that I enjoy very much, especially at this library. But the other services they hold dinners for APLA. It's very, it brings people in to become more social. And yeah, I mean, there's other things besides getting books, but I love the books, and I love architecture and art and all that. They always have it.
In addition to what I'm doing today, the library has been really cool about letting me and a group of other ladies have a knitting crocheting club here once a month. Regrettably, it's still only ladies. We are trying to get some men involved, but we can't find any men who want to learn to crochet. So that's the second Monday of the month. We use the community room. It's open to everybody. People come and go as they please, with different projects. We're not a teaching group, but we'll help each other out with like telling them different stitches we may know. And this is also where I get all my books delivered. When I want to order, when I want the book, I go on the library's website, order the book, and have it always delivered to this library.
It was mainly the source. Like I'm part of Echo Park's neighborhood council, and so we've had events here, and so I'll also work those events. But the source is the one that I come for. I found the more I got involved, the neighborhood council or volunteering, it's like the people who do that kind of work are really great. Like I'm meeting all these really amazing people who do all this great work, and it's really inspiring. And I just become friends with them, and so getting more and more integrated. I really like that. I feel more and more integrated, even in the social community of it all, which is really cool.
Edendale is accessible from my house by bus. It is pretty open, has a lot of divergent programming, and is open to the public and completely free. I appreciate all these spaces have programming that is accessible, intended for a working public, and one that has different disciplinary interests and different practices and what they do occupationally, varying by age, open to families, and resources for nature and wildlife appreciation, the arts, writing, everything, and all discussion revolving around that, and even giving, of course, the humanities and an accessible public nature that doesn't feel too hierarchical, which I really appreciate.
Because I don't live around here, so coming into this community for the writing program that we've been doing here for the past 5 weeks
Like it feels really comfortable and like really excited to come here all the time because I know that if I get here earlier, there's like stuff for me to do, and it's really welcoming. Like if I need help, I can just ask the library or anybody in the library to help me. It's really comforting, just in general, and it's really, like for me, it's really accessible. It's just really nice.
Because I'm interested in library science, I was volunteering to get some experience, but it kind of turned into me just kind of falling in love with this community and getting really into the programming, and I spent I think I went to like 10 events this year.
Well, I started coming here for the kids programs, for the story time, and just because if you have kids and you don't go to library, then you're crazy because it's there's such a great selection of books, and you don't have to fill your house up with books when you can get all the best books and then bring them right back and not keep them in your house on the shelves. In your house.
I just quote one of my favorite, Marcus Garvey. He said 3 things to do in life: read, read, and read. That's about it.
I think sometimes people seem to think that it doesn't get used or that it's neglected, but this library is like a huge part of the community. I've met so many people here who depend on this library in very different ways, and I think there's a lot going on here. So I would just say people should just come by more often.
The library is absolutely one of the most focal points for this community and for learning about what's going on and getting involved in literally anything. I mean, there's teen programs, all the way to homeless services programs, to elderly programs. I mean, basically, this is just a place where you can come and not only, rent books or, get a free music subscription, but to find out what's going on in the community. And so I would encourage anyone who's looking to get involved in almost anything related to the community. I think that people here at the library can help you do that. And also people in the neighborhood council, so come to the neighborhood council.
The libraries can be pretty cool. And I think everyone knows that. Everyone has got their own experience from when they were a kid of going to the library. That not everything can be found on the internet. That sometimes you actually need to engage with other people. There's something about a community space, like the community room here. You can ask Angie or Nils, you can say, can we have this community group here? And they'll say yes, if there's space for it. I'd like to see more people use that and more people decide they're going to have events here instead of having events in, say, stores.
Get into it. It's so great. It's so free. I feel like the library's a lot more than just books. I guess maybe some people don't realize that.
Go to the library if you haven't already.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. That was really fun.